What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. What's happening, people? It is a beautiful, beautiful day today. First day of spring, March 21st. It's a Saturday. Yes, granted, the world is going through a pandemic right now. So what are we doing? We're staying out of trouble, me and the family, behind closed doors. Hey, we're saving lives by staying home. How easy is that? So everybody watching this video, if you're not doing so already, save lives by staying home, okay? Don't risk yourself, your family, or your community by going out there and potentially contracting and further spreading this nasty, nasty virus, okay? Anyway, so while we're here, what are we gonna talk about? Let's talk about the fight that's supposed to be happening on May 16th, 2020, between Nonito Donaire and Nordine Oubaali. For the sake of argument, let's just call him Nordine Oubaali, okay? I don't know, it's my little thing. I hate butchering names, but it is what it is. Hey, any French people out there, please chime in and let me know what the right pronunciation is with the correct French intonation and an accent, okay? Anyway, let's go through the tale of the tape between these two fighters before we start. Nordine Oubaali is a southpaw fighter, okay? His record is 17-0, okay, professional bouts. He has 12 knockouts, which puts him up against like maybe the 70% knockout rate. He's 5'3", not the tallest of fighter, but super muscular guy. Looks like he's just strong, explosive, and super in shape, okay? And he's 33 years old. He's not a young buck necessarily, but he's certainly not an old fighter either, okay? He did go to the Olympics as well, so definitely he's got the discipline, he's got the skills, the chops to be out there to hang with the best of it. And plus, he's a champion right now, okay? Let's move over to Nonito. Nonito, 40-0. Obviously, this guy's a future Hall of Famer, okay? 26 KOs, okay? He's 5'7", which, you know, when you'll see the two fighters going, you know, face to face during the press conferences or the weigh-ins, you'll see a pretty decent height difference. But according to BoxRec, they only have 1-inch reach difference. Does that translate into anything significant? In my opinion, not really. It really depends on what you do with that reach advantage, okay? But we'll talk about that in a little bit. And of course, Nonito is 37 years old, so he is on the older side. I mean, I think people like Bernard Hopkins and of course, Manny Pacquiao being at age 40, I think kind of kills that mentality that age really matters. But to be honest with you, age really does matter, in my opinion, unless, of course, you're a super, super elite fighter, an athlete like Manny Pacquiao or even Bernard Hopkins, okay? But, all right, so let's just talk about a couple of things. I wrote a little cheat sheet here just to make sure that I cover everything that I wanted to cover. Let's talk about each fighter's power. Who do you think between the two has more power? Now, power is a very tricky topic in boxing because power comes in a couple of different ways. You got boxers out there who have just strong, swinging power. They know how to move and just like channel all of their energy into one punch. But then you have other boxers that are very fast that can hit you in different, you know, angles and sneaky angles where you don't even see it and can cause a knockout as well. These two boxers have the knockout power, and they've proved it in their careers. Now, given the fact that Oubaali, he's a more dynamic fighter. When you watch his fights, he's the one that moves around a lot. Okay, he's southpaw again. His right hand is in the front. He is the one that really lunges in. He lunges in with straight lefts. Okay, which is going to be pretty effective against a fighter that is orthodox, like Nonito Donaire. Okay, so that's going to be his most effective weapon against Nonito, given the fact that Nonito is an orthodox fighter. However, Nonito's going to know that. But here's the thing that, that I'm worried about with Nonito. Nonito is not really known to have great head movement. And if we take it back to his fight against Rigondeaux, I know a lot of Filipinos, a lot of Nonito fans hate that fight when he fought Rigondeaux, including myself. I was very frustrated in that match because Nonito just stood there like straight up and kept on going forward and did not adjust against Rigondeaux. Now, again, Rigondeaux has a good jab, and he kept jabbing and then slipping over to the side of Nonito, and Nonito just never had his footing, and Nonito wasn't able to cut off the ring properly against Rigondeaux. Now, against a fighter like Oubaali, on the other hand, is not really a jabber. He doesn't jab, but he goes for power punches. So he comes in and leads in. He'll go one like this. He'll go one and then hit and go with the straight left, or he'll dig to the body. Now again, does Nonito have the strongest body? Yeah, we saw him fold against Inoue in that last fight towards the end of the fight. Now, Oubaali is also a body puncher. You could see it in his fights. He digs to the body, but these are strong and powerful shots, and he lunges a lot. He lunges in, and he's actually a counter puncher. So what you'll see is Nonito's going to come in. He's going to go in with and go straight at him. He's not really one of these kind of fighters. He's not one of those fighters. He's just going to go straight in and go for the jab. But as soon as Oubaali sees a jab, he's going to slip and then boom, hit to the body, or go and counter with a straight left. We're going to see this pretty much all night. Oubaali is a brawler, and he can brawl for a long period of time, probably for all 12 rounds. So this is going to be a very big challenge for Nonito to overcome Oubaali's his dynamic fighting style. It's going to wear him down probably a lot. So in power sense, because Oubaali lunges into his shots, he really puts his entire body into it. I'm going to say he's probably the more dangerous fighter of the two. Now, I don't want to say that that Nonito doesn't have the ability to knock out Oubaali. He certainly has that devastating left hook, right? But knowing this, Oubaali's camp and himself know to protect against the left hook. And Oubaali has some pretty decent defense. He's okay. Does he get hit? Yeah, he gets hit because he comes in. He's not afraid to get hit. But same thing with Nonito. Nonito's not afraid to get hit either. But what frustrates me about Nonito is that he doesn't have that head movement. And he's not a true counterpuncher, although if he had to give him a chance. Now, he's not going to be the one moving around a lot, and unless, of course, he's like training for like the hardest that he's ever trained. But you could see that the discipline in the body. I'm a true believer of like our bodies are a reflection of the discipline that we have. So when you look at somebody like Oubaali, and then you look at Nonito, just their body type, look at what they're doing. I mean, as much training as these people do, they should be nothing but like ripped and shredded. Okay? Nonito has never been like that, but he has a lot of success probably because he's just not naturally bigger fighter fighting at 118 when he should really be fighting at like, welterweight. He could probably fight like 125, 130. He probably can go up there. He walks around probably in that weight. But he shreds down to 118 and he tries to, and he was like steamrolling through fighters. But against Oubaali, not sure if he's going to steamroll through Oubaali this time. Can he win? Yeah, he could win. But he's going to have to use his IQ. He's going to have to use some counter punching. But Oubaali is a counter puncher. All right, so let's move to the next one. I put in footwork. I wanted to talk about that. Who has the better footwork? I'm going to have to give Oubaali the pass on this one. I think he's the one with the better footwork. He's the one that has more dynamic footwork, going in and out. He can move backwards, he can move forward, he can move to the sides. He can probably do this like for all 12 rounds and won't get tired. All right, will he get tired? Of course he'll get tired, but he trains this way. He can move in that fashion, left, right, around and work the angles because that's what he does. Throw in nothing but bombs. Skill and IQ. Who has better skill? Oubaali or Nonito? Now, obviously, Nonito's a champion. He has the chops. He has the skills, okay? But one thing that he lost is his flash. They call him the Filipino Flash because he used to be like that. But as he got older, he lost that. He's no longer doing that anymore. Did he show you a lot of flash against Inoue? I don't think so. What he did against Inoue was stand right in front of him and say, okay, let's go, toe to toe. That's what they did. And with that strategy, he lost. Did he hurt Inoue? Yes, he did hurt Inoue. But Oubaali is not like Inoue. Oubaali has more dynamic footwork, moves around more, he works the angles more. Inoue is straight back and forth. Same thing with Nonito. So Nonito wanted to take it to him, right to him, and he lost. If he tries the same thing against Oubaali, Oubaali already knows this, that he's going to go straight at him. So what is Oubaali going to do? He's going to move back, boom. Move to the side, boom. That's what he does. He's gonna keep on connecting with Nonito via, counterpunching, moving, boom, moving, boom, all day. That's what he's gonna do. So Nonito has to be smart about this, to come in and do a lot of feints just to kind of like trap or bring him in, and then counter Oubaali's counter. But is Nonito that kind of a fighter? Does he have the ability to adjust? I'm questioning it, people. As much as I hate to say it, I'm questioning Nonito's ability to really adjust. Because he didn't show me that against Rigondeaux. He didn't show me that against Inoue. He just stuck with the same strategy and tried to force it down everyone's throat, and it didn't work. So he's going to have to make adjustments against Oubaali, who's potentially stronger, who is in better shape. He's got better stamina. He potentially has better defense than Nonito also. Nonito doesn't have the greatest defense. So, what do you guys think here? Am I being like too critical of Nonito here? I want him to win, just like I wanted him to win against Inoue. But the same thing against Inoue, I said that Inoue had the upper hand because overall, I think just overall skill went to Inoue. I also said that Inoue was not going to knock at Nonito, but when Nonito went down and took that knee from that body shot, I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be proven wrong? But Nonito did get up. Why did he get up? Was it because he was a warrior? Or is it because his wife was going to kick his butt when he got home? So that's my thing. I think you guys already know where I'm leaning towards. My heart is with Nonito. He's a Filipino. I want to see my Filipino countrymen holding up the, again, Filipino pride. Like, I would love to see that. But I am recognizing that Nonito has the bigger challenge against this very strong, relentless, powerful fighter. But hey, if Oubaali becomes overconfident, if Oubaali puts down his guard and gets reckless in his coming in and lunging, he can get caught by the Filipino Flash. With Filipino Flash coming in, and here's the thing. One thing that I saw Nonito do against Stephen Young was a counter. He slipped, he hit a counter right hook, and then a left hook. That's what he did against Stephen Young and put Stephen Young on his butt, on his back, on the canvas, knocked him out cold. I would love to see this same sequence, him coming in when Oubaali comes in with his lunging left. I would love to see this sequence. Dig to the body, left hook, good night. I would love to see that. Now that's really what his biggest weapon is going to be either the straight right or his counter left. That's what's gonna happen here. But he's gonna have to really time it, use his boxing IQ to try to set something up. But it looks like to me, Oubaali is the type of fighter that's constantly and relentlessly in your face. So he's going to be the one that's going to be driving the pace of this match. It's not going to be Nonito. Nonito, he's better learn how to cut off the ring, because he's going to be, if not, he's going to be the one chasing after Oubaali the whole night. And Oubaali is going to be one dictating the pace of this fight. So that's what my take on for this matchup between the two styles of fighters. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys agree with me or disagree with me, let me know. I'm loving all the comments. Please, let's talk about boxing. Let's get our minds off of this freaking stupid pandemic that's going on right now. But let us continue to take it seriously. Let's stay home and do our part. Let's be heroes home and away from everyone else at this point. I'm not saying to live in fear. I'm just saying to be smart and do our part, because this virus is very elusive, and it can hurt a lot of people and is impacting the entire world. So anyway, chime in, let me know what you think. If you haven't done already, please subscribe. If you want to subscribe, please like and share this video. And again, please continue to contribute to the forum. Let me know what you guys think about your take on this fight, and let's talk about it. Talk to you soon.
Down the road, thought I have to see